This video talks about how I became interested in being a nuclear scientist. Back in the 50s and 60s, where people were interested in science and atomic energy, they had chemistry sets for home, which really got me interested in chemistry towards my chemistry degree. But I was also interested in the nuclear chemistry aspect because movies like Our Friend the Atom that Disney put out encouraged atomic energy and uses of atomic energy. They had another movie they called The Atom, A Closer Look. An additional or sideline to an interest in chemistry, but to talk about atoms, how they're arranged and how they're made. And so I took that as an interest. This is kind of a structural idea of what an atom looks like. In the center, you have protons and neutrons, and then you have electrons in the outside orbit. Now, protons is the one significant because the number of protons determine what the element is. If you had one, it was hydrogen. If you had two protons, it was helium. But then they came up with this. This is the atomic chart of all the chemical elements arranged in numerical sequences and based upon the atomic number. And the alchemists wanted to be able to change lead into gold, and so you look here, you got lead, lead's got 82 protons, gold has 79. All you have to do is knock off 3 protons and maybe some neutrons, and you can change lead to gold. Well, that's kind of the concept. Every high school student was interested in doing science projects when I grew up, and I ran across this book in the library, which really changed my life in many ways, because now I was interested in atomic energy. And this was an electrostatic particle accelerator, which we frequently call an atom smasher. It gave drawings on how to do the top, how to do the bottom, information on how to work with pumps. This eventually was going to be converted into this structure for protons, because both these programs were for chemistry students designed to do chemical projects with the effects of protons or electrons on chemical reactions. So this is my original atom smasher coming up here that I built when I was in high school, and I exhibited that in my senior year in science high school. Now, this is all recycled material. I had no money to spend. I came from a big family, so we weren't a big scientific family. So I got a lot of things donated and scrounged a lot of recycled parts to make these things. Tubes were given to me, electrical parts were given to me, and around. And one of the things was for the vacuum system, I went and got refrigeration units for cooling. They were good vacuum pumps. So I built a series of vacuum pumps. The pump on the right was one I had to buy. It's an oil diffusion pump, one of the few new things. For Christmas, I got 4 of these aluminum pans, which I converted to my tops. Now, I still have this oil diffusion pump. It's one of my treasures. During my midlife crisis, I built this. This is more modern, with things I could buy off of eBay, and had more money, more opportunity to buy things. This unit goes with it. The bottom unit is a cooling unit. It works like a refrigeration radiator, and allowed me to cool down my equipment. And then I got into a fusion reactor. Now this is designed to generate neutrons, and a little simple version, but you needed a vacuum system, you needed a chamber. This is a bell jar vacuum chamber that I used. For voltage on this one, I used a neon light transformer and rectifiers to get my DC current into this bell jar. And here you can see the grids, and the neutrons were generated by reaction. Now, I was going to progress into this as my vacuum chamber, had better views, a lot of opportunities, but I couldn't afford the $10,000 for the high voltage system, so the project got more or less abandoned and went on to other things. So I moved on to being a mad scientist, and here I am as the mad scientist with one of my pet projects. And my pet project happens to be a Frankenweenie doll and a costume that I made for Halloween one time. Now, if you're interested in this kind of stuff, you need to read the Radioactive Boy Scout or find it on YouTube and watch the videos. of a Boy Scout going wrong and looking at radioactive material and building reactors and things. Now, no nuclear waste was created, no atomic bombs were made, no radiation was released in making this video. Thank you for watching.